Okay, so I'm gonna try and keep this as short and simple. Um, Not much has happened throughout the weekend, but we are having some pretty bullish signs on the midterm. Right over here on the weekly chart, the stochastic RSI is actually approaching being completely oversold. And as we've seen, every time that has happened here, we have had an explosive couple weeks. Same here, we've had a pretty low, and then once the stochastic RSI started diverging here, we've had a bullish divergence, and we started having multiple green weeks. Same thing over here, multiple green weeks. Now, while this may seem bullish, we might not see this happen this week specifically, not just this week. It could diverge this week, but it could also diverge right after. That's why I'm saying midterm it's bullish, but on the short term, not much signs showing that right away. However, I do want to go into the 1 hour time frame so we can see the short-term possibility. Now, the short-term possibility shows that there is a chance we might have another drop here today, tomorrow, wherever that happens. And this could be seen as well when we look at what happened over the weekend. Um, let's draw a quick trend line here. So what we have here is actually a bearish flag indicated by this huge dump right here, a little bit of consolidation, and there's a bit of a possibility where we may exit this consolidation right over here and go downwards. We might have a retest of the resistance support level here, which I'm pretty sure if we do get to this level, we are going to break through here, and then we're gonna go to the top right after. Here's why, because like I said, on the if we're looking at the bull market support band, the bull market support band is right across the 56,000 level. There's no way Bitcoin is going below the 56,000 level anymore, unless we're looking at the end of the bull market, which is definitely not the case. The bull market has not ended. So if we do go down, there is a possibility that we do go down. We're going to get supported at most likely this level, the 59k level right here, or somewhere around the mid 58k. There is also a possibility that we may go under to the 57k, 56k level, but I think this is more likely than this. This is very unlikely to happen, and here's why. If we take a look at the global order book, we can realize that there's not much selling pressure left over here, and instead there's actually very high buying pressures right across these levels. The highest of these buying pressures being at the 59k level. So even if we do drop to this level, there's a lot of limit buy orders. Once we get to there, it's just going to be fully supported. Bitcoin is going to find very strong support at this level. So I don't think we're going to go below that. Even if we do, there's still a lot of buying pressure here at 58k, and then there's another buying pressure of 56k. It's a little bit lower, but this is more of an indication that we're not going below 56k. But this is also a very high indication that we are going to find support at the 59k level, and then once we do find a support, all the price is going to have to go up a bit, and then all the buying pressure is going to be situated right here, which is the critical level that we are looking at here, which we need to break out of. Now, once we get to this level, as you can see, there's not much selling pressure left. All the sellers have exited, and the only way right now is up towards 75k. And another thing that makes this such an obvious upward move is the fact that once we break through these difficult levels, the highest resistance right now is at 65k, right after 62k. If we get above 62k, close above 62k, and get back up above 65k, the only way is up. There's not much resistance left on these upper levels, at least for now. Later we might see sellers come back to fill up these levels, but for now there is no resistance at these levels, so it's very easy for us right now to get back up above 65k. um, and why I think that is possible is the fact that we also have a obvious pattern here, which is an inverse head and shoulders at the moment. And if we draw a neckline pretty much around, let's say, this level right here, let's take a look at it at the 4-hour time frame. Shit. Okay, there we go. So we have the left shoulder here and a right shoulder formation waiting to happen here, with the head being here. So if we want to try and get an accurate representation of what the possible pump could look like, I would say if the neckline is right over here, we could be looking at a return up to 71k if this pattern does play out. Even if the price action goes a little bit lower here and we find support at 59k, just as I'm expecting, we go back up, this would be the completion of the right shoulder. Now if it does go even lower towards 57k right here, where the bull market support band is, it would kind of invalidate the inverse head and shoulders. But the way I see it, all these key patterns are playing out exactly the same. So we might have a little bit of a decline tomorrow, and then a pump along with the CPI report release on Tuesday. No, was it the PPI on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday we have the CPI report. But Powell is going to speak on Tuesday as well. So depending on what he says, if it's dovish, that's going to be the catalyst for the pump. That's where we're going to see this rise over here after this small dump. And if it's hawkish, then we could expect a little bit of, well, I wouldn't say probably a downside, but we might see a little bit of a fall, and then throughout the week it's going to rise again. We're going to have this small consolidation just as we had the previous week here. It's just going to be another sideways boring consolidation for another probably week, another week. If that's the case, then we're looking at the probability that, like I said, we're going to have a flat line here on the stochastic RSI, a flat line here before divergence, and then the week after that is when we have the divergence, and it's going to start going up, give us a bullish divergence, and Bitcoin is going to go up again. And if I want to look at the liquidation heat map as well on the short term, a lot of liquidity is right here at 60k, 6300. So there is some also at the 59,700 level. So I wouldn't rule out the possibility of going down to 59 tomorrow, just like I said. But once that is done, most of the liquidity lies here at 62k. If I want to go up towards the 3-day chart, as we can see, most of the liquidity is concentrated at 61,600. So if we go up here, a lot of liquidity is going to be taken out. And if we want to look at the long term, the midterm of the inverse head and shoulders playing, so we have the 63k levels here. There's a lot at the 64k level. And then if we go up to the 70k levels as well, there's going to be a huge amount of liquidity somewhere here. Yep, there we go. So around $1 billion of liquidity at 71k to be taken out. All this liquidity is to be taken out. So yeah, like I said, there's a possibility we might go as low as 58k, and then after that, the only way is up. We have to take all of these liquidities. This plays out exactly with the chart analysis we've done here, as well as the order book analysis here, looking at a major support of 59k. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I forgot to mention is this pretty interesting news, which I don't find a lot of people talking about. Um, as you know, the SEC, well, most of the banks have to submit filings during a certain date. I did announce this like maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago on my Binance Square account, but basically these filings came out showing that the largest banks owned Bitcoin ETFs, including JP Morgan, which were against Bitcoin entirely. Now, this I don't know how this news will affect the market. Actually, this might make things much more volatile tomorrow. And instead of going down, we might see an upward movement because of this, as people see that the banks are buying. When the stocks open, we're most likely going to see um, Bitcoin pump up because of this. Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, a lot of other banks as well that were shown to be buying a shit ton of Bitcoin spot ETFs. Um, we could mostly see this. There was a Twitter post that I had seen before. There we go. PNC Bank, Wells Fargo, uh, Rothschilds apparently 3.6 million, uh, JP Morgan quietly buying BTC. So this is huge news. Okay, a lot of people were waiting for this. We were waiting to see who was buying Bitcoin. Um, so yeah, I don't know what to make of this news. This could either cause Bitcoin to be bought up quickly very soon this week, or just a little bit more volatility, chopping, a little bit more consolidation, or we could see a pump or a dump. I don't know. I don't know. Waiting to see what this week plays out.